Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Lexi Otts here. It's Sunday morning, and I'm doing a Sunday special report. And my title may be a little confusing this morning. Let's say the Raptors are pointless at this point in the season. Yeah, some people would probably agree with me because they're like, yeah, they're not going to be in the playoffs. Who knows what's going to happen with that draft pick with San Antonio? They're just in a place that's like they don't matter. They're not relevant. So a lot of people would see my title and they'd be thinking that's why they're pointless, that this season's just become pointless. But that's not what I mean. That's not what I mean by the term pointless. It's something I've talked about in the last few days this week about the idea of pointless. What's pointless? Is it pointless to play NBA games when you're a shitty team and you haven't won enough this year? Is it pointless because your fan base is giving up on you because people are like, fuck this. Fuck this shit. The Raptors suck this year. I don't want to watch them. Is it pointless because Siakam's gone? Is it pointless because Anunoby's gone? No, it's pointless because we have a pointless offensive system at this point. That's right. I didn't mean that this season's pointless. No, this season does matter. This season has all kinds of good things about it coming up. I wanted to put a clickbait title up today. Yeah, clickbait. See if the haters come in and say, yeah, this is a pointless season, Raptors freak. I'm glad you finally figured it out, you positive Raptors fan, motherfucker. Yeah, it is a pointless season. No, it's not. No, it's not. I fooled y'all. It's a pointless season because I'm talking about just like there's positionless, there's pointless. That's right. We've morphed from a positionless team to a pointless team. And then you say, wait, whoa, are those terms interchangeable, Lex? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Positionless, well, that's OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, Precious Achua, Scotty Barnes, all these wings, positionless wings. You're going to put 5, 6'7" guys out there, run a whole lineup of long arm monsters. That's positionless. Well, we made 4 trades this season, and we've morphed our team into a pointless team. And everybody said, whoa, they are pointless. They lose a lot. No, just that's not what I'm saying. Okay, once again, check yourself. Pointless is what Emmanuel quickly said after the game the other night. The term point guard is dead with us. That's what we're saying. In some ways, yeah, Scotty can be the point guard. If y'all really want that Jolly's Scotty point guard fan club, you go ahead and sell yourself Scotty's the point guard. That's fine. He's everything. Really, if you talk about it, he's everything. You don't want to put him in a box and just say, oh, he's just a point guard. Yeah, this guy's a center. This guy's a power forward. This guy's pretty much every position himself. But, if you want to call him a point guard, go ahead. Call Scotty a point guard if you want to. But, yeah, it's pointless because, well, listen, Emmanuel Quickley is not the normal point guard. He's a hybrid guard. And in some ways, his tendencies, if you really looked at percentages, he's probably 70-30 shooting guard to point guard, meaning he's 70% more shooting guard than a point guard. And in some ways, he's not a point guard. If he's going to be this aggressive scorer for us, and it's fantastic, I don't hate it. In some ways, there's not many players that I've watched play in the NBA that I say give a green light to them however they want. Like Scotty's one of them. Emmanuel's one of them because I trust them. I trust them to get good high percentage shots and their amazing talents so they can do it. So in some ways, it's weird. Because Emmanuel's got that green light. He is that shooting guard aggressiveness. He's going to pull up and transition and take threes. If he's going to do all this crazy stuff, yeah, he's not totally a point guard. So do we have a point guard on the team? Are we in trouble? No, we're not. In fact, as much as positionless meant we got guys that can play all positions, well, pointless very much means the same thing. Being pointless means you've got 5 guys on the court that all pass. That's my term definition for this. I'm going to coin this term right now. And, if you hear other people start saying pointless, know that it originated on this station. Because, listen, this is the thing. How do we start the season? Everybody, what did Darko said? We're going to run the offense through a hub of Jakob Poeltl. There was the whole high post. Give it to Jakob in the high post and let him direct the ball in passing to the guys on cuts and stuff like this. So we were running our offense through the center, very much like the Denver Nuggets do with Nikola Jokic. So, all right. So our center's our point guard? Okay. I mean, he has the chops. We know Jakob's a fantastic passer. It looks real good when he passes all around. since his trade and these New York guys showed up, I would say, look, what happened on Thursday when we played the Brooklyn Nets and beat them? Well, the leading assist maker was RJ Barrett. Now, wait a second, Lex. Is he the point guard? No, he's not the point guard, but he could be the leading assist guy on any given night. Well, wait a second. What is he then? It's a pointless scheme, is what I'm telling you. What does that mean, Lex? Well, Darko, with his 0.5 offense, has really wanted to institute a very good passing offense. And in the philosophy of the 0.5 offense, everybody's a point guard. That's why it's pointless. They can all become the passer on any given night. In some ways, determined by the matchups, determined by the defensive focus of the opponent. In some ways, RJ could fall in that role on certain nights, and boom, 7 assists, leading assist getter for the Raptors. We could do this. Gary Trent, you really want to wake up all of a sudden and start getting more assists? You could do this right now. It's the pointless system, Gary. Of course, Gary's one of those guys we want to be shooting usually and not passing as much. But yeah, if you think about it, we got good passers at all 5 positions. Just like a positionless lineup would have guys that can play all positions, a pointless lineup has guys that all can play point. Yeah, and that's what I mean with that term, pointless. We're pointless because they're all points. Kelly Olynyk comes in, he's just like Jakob. He can be a hub too. He can be a hub. He can stand at the top of the key and pass it to everybody. Both your centers are good passers when they come in, and then you got all these guards. You got very unselfish players on the team. All of a sudden, it's pointless. That's right. That's what I meant. So if you fell for my clickbait in a negative way and say, oh, yeah, the Raptors season is pointless. I want to talk about this with the Raptors freak. I'm glad he came around and he's a negative fan now. Yeah, this season is pointless. Well, you got my explanation. It's not a bad thing. In fact, Emmanuel said we don't really have a point guard anymore. And that's why we're pointless. I love it. I love it. It's a beautiful game. Bellissimo. The ball movement of the Raptors. Some of these clips from the last couple months since we got the barbecue have been beautiful. There's like one clip circulating. It's that one clip with Dennis involved and Gary where they pass around. Jonte's involved in it too, where there was so much passing around. You remember the play I'm talking about? Well, they're putting it up on NBA Spaces and people are looking at it and they're like, holy crap, look at that ball movement. It's beautiful from the Raptors. That's what I'm talking about. 0.5 offense, passing until you get the good shot and taking the highest percentage shot is a beautiful thing when it ends up with a beautifully made basket from an open shot. And that's what I'm saying right there. So wait, hey, you think this season's pointless? No, it's not. Development and getting better and keeping these guys together and gelling them and bringing them up in the standings. In fact, wake up this morning, I see we're only a half game behind Brooklyn now. If we can get that goal to get out of the cellar of the Atlantic Division and be above them this week, I'll be happy. I'll be very happy. I think it's going to happen. I think it's pretty much in the bag. We're on an upswing right now. And meanwhile, the Nets are really, really in bad trouble. Really, really in bad trouble. Very, very bad trouble. Losing to Minnesota last night. I saw the clip you guys shared in the Facebook chat. Dennis Schröder pushing Mike Conley at the end of the game, causing all kinds of chaos in that part. Yeah. But yeah, in some ways, it's very, very interesting what's happening with the team. We can rise up. Let's get in the play-in. Let's do it. Let's get in the play-in. All right, let me see what y'all are saying this morning. That's my little pointless rant. In some ways, I had to make content for tonight. Well, my content for today is the Sunday special report on the pointlessness of this year's Raptors right now. All right, let's see. Trevor Jace first. Good morning, Raptors family. Happy Sunday, and look forward to seeing blessings today. So while we speak blessings. Yeah, no game today. No game. There was a 9:05 game last night. They won their third game in overtime. 3 games in a row overtime for Raptors 9:05. Getting it done last night. I wanted to watch the game, but I got tired, and I watched up to halftime, and then I went to bed. There were problems with watching the feed. YouTube and G League were not getting their act together and putting the feed up on the YouTube box, which made it hard to watch it when you can't get to it. But they did eventually put it up. And I watched right up till halftime. I was tired. Then I went to bed. But I saw when I got up that they won in overtime. And I was like, wait, is this the same score? Because they had that overtime win the night before. I'm like, no, they won it overtime again, Lex. They got to overtime again. I don't know what Eric Curry's doing, getting these overtime games and wins lately. I don't know. In some ways, the Raptors 905 energy is the same as the Raptors energy right now. It's up. It's up. These guys are playing at a better level. It's almost like Darko took the whole organization into a room over the All-Star break and said, this is when we turn the switch on, everybody. Yeah, we may have been trying to figure things out, sorting our roster with trades. But now it's time to get serious. It's the stretch run, and everybody better be playing at a high level and trying their best because we're watching and we're auditioning. And whoever is going to do well, you may stick around. And I feel like there's a new attitude and energy around the 905, just like there is around the Raptors right now. It's not a coincidence that they're all undefeated since the All-Star break ended and we've come back. The 905 are on a 3-game win streak. They got dinner with Eric right now. 3 overtime wins in a row. They got dinner with Eric. I don't know where they go, maybe McDonald's. But, listen, Raptors are 2-0 since the All-Star break. Culture reset. Culture saying, Darko saying, now it's serious time, guys. No more fucking around. We know who we got on our teams. We're going forward. We're going to try and win. I'm all about it. I'm all about it, Darko. Let's go. Let's go. That's right. Trevor's saying Timberwolves coming from behind to beat Brooklyn. The clock was winding down, so Dennis decided to push Conley because Conley decided he wasn't going to take a shot clock violation, and he took the 3. Yeah. This is a very interesting story. And he's also saying the 3 shut down and Jaden McDaniels when pushed Dennis back. All right, so what happened? I just watched the incident on the clip that you guys posted on Facebook. This is classic Dennis having ethical standards about what's right and punking people and stuff. You have the score up high. You don't take a 3 right at the winding down seconds, showing up the other team to run up the score. That's where Dennis's head is when he does this. And, of course, you know me. I'm a Dennis stan. And even if he's wrong, because he is wrong in this incident, I will admit it. I'm still going to stand up for him. I still am. A lot of people are like, Dennis, you villain, you bad person. Mike Conley's never gotten a technical in his life. You are the villain in this. And I get it. He probably is. But you know what? I'm going to be in the minority to stand up for Dennis. Why not? Listen, he's already having a hard year. I don't mind. He's humiliated. He's been a little bit sad. He's gotten a really, really weird season this year. In some ways, he may be a little angry. And listen, if he sees Mike Conley do a punk-ass move like that, he wants to shove him, he just pushes him a little bit. He maybe said something, why you do that? Well, Jaden McDaniels came running over there, Jalen McDaniels' brother. And I don't know how much Jaden and Jalen talked about Dennis being on the Raptors with Jalen, but Jaden was coming over there ready to fight Dennis after holding back at least because of shoving Mike Conley. I get it. Mike Conley is a good citizen in this league. He is a very good reputation in all kinds of ways. And Dennis has the opposite. But in some ways, I get it. This may be the difference between the NBA and FIBA. In FIBA, that's bullshit. That's kind of fucked up. In some ways, there's more honor to the game and respecting your opponent and how you carry yourself in international basketball. In some ways, that's the sensibility of Dennis. That's something I got to say right here, is that it's the sensibility of Dennis. To say, you don't fucking punk us, embarrass us. You already ran the score up. Why are you shooting a 3? Well, I understand Mike Conley's side, too. He's like, well, the shot clock's running out. This is a game clock. This is a shot clock. And we don't want a shot clock violation. We don't want a team turnover. I'm going to shoot the shot. And Dennis gets mad. I mean, I get it. I'm going to stand up for Dennis a little bit. He is wrong. He's wrong. Yeah, I'll admit Dennis is wrong. But I'm going to stand up for him still because I understand that mentality of why he did it. I understand why he did it. In some ways, he's having a season that's just kind of not been fun or good in some ways because of certain events. And now he's frustrated. I get it. I'm not mad at him. Now, what happened was, listen, Dennis got a technical. Jaden McDaniels got a technical. Dorian Finney-Smith got a technical. And another Brooklyn Net got a technical. So it all evened out. And so all the technicals evened out. Nobody shot any technicals. So that's just how it worked. Courtney Kirkland, the referee in charge. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, interesting stuff. I feel bad for Dennis. Honestly, I'm gonna be his fan for the rest of his life. He's just a cool dude. I really do like Dennis Schröder. And everybody else that's kind of been down on him or hated him, man, I don't see it. I mean, there's so many things about him that to me you should like in some ways. All right, let's see. Cowboys here. Good morning, Lex, Trevor J, Rapid Freaks. Blessings to everyone. And what is pointless? What's pointless? Cowboys like, what's pointless, Lex? What's pointless? Well, our scheme is pointless now. Yeah, what is a pointless scheme, Lex? Yeah. What do you mean? It's not going to work? No. No, I mean, it's pointless. We don't have a point guard. What? What are you saying? Yeah, it's not a bad thing. It's not like this team is pointless. It's not that the season's pointless. It's not that the Raptors are pointless. It's that we have a scheme that's pointless. What does that mean, Lex? We just don't have a point guard. That's what it means. Yeah. Yeah. Trevor's saying, good morning to you, Cowboy. Good morning to you. Howdy, partner. Yeah. Makai's here. Makai Moore. How are you doing today? How are you doing today, man? Happy Sunday morning. Look at the Raptors 905, my dude. Look at this. You go down there with the good energy to the Paramount Fine Food Center on the day after Valentine's Day, my guy, and you bring that good energy, Makai. And look at how the Raptors 905 kick some butt in overtime against the Greensboro Swarm. And then they go on the road like a week later. And look at this, that overtime goodness still going. I hope you got to watch the game last night, Makai. And yeah, revel in the amazingness of the Raptors 905 right now. Monique, you might have to start watching the Raptors 905 again. Monique, Superfan Lawrence. Yeah, overtime victories, baby. Woo! Let's go. That's right. Trevor's saying this is one thing that you should never do in life is to listen to foolish people. And if you do, you will become foolish too. Sometimes I feel like, okay, listen, I know I'm pretty foolish. Y'all don't get foolish from me, please. Let me be foolish and you guys be serious, but you get entertained by me. How about that? In some ways, listen, this is an entertainment channel. It's a channel for Raptors fans that are entertained by, silliness, but also love their team so much they want to talk about it and they want to hear about everything that's going on with it. Well, it's all that. It's all that. But I am a little foolish. I mean, I'm guilty as charged on this, Trevor. And I don't want to make y'all foolish. So remember, Lex is foolish. Just let him be foolish. It's fine. He will talk in a Darth Vader voice. Yes, he will. All right, let's see. Race Mode Daily is here. Holy crap. Edmund, you're in Japan right now. Just so y'all know, Race Mode Daily is on vacation with his family in Japan. I've seen the pictures on social media. So we got Raptor Freak checking in from Japan. Wow. Very cool. Good morning, Lex and crew. This season is wild. The Raptors are, hang on, it jumped ahead. Raptors are learning. The ceiling is higher. The bar was raised. We will get back on top. We are champions. That's the right attitude, Edmund. And I agree. I really do think we're going to be a winning team next year. I think a lot of people in the NBA are like, oh, the Raptors are dead for a few years now. God, thank God. So glad Fred's gone and Nick's gone and the Raptors are horrible again. You go ahead and keep thinking that. Us that are watching them and see what Masai and Bobby did, we know that this is not going to be a bottoming out like the Charlotte Hornets or the Detroit Pistons. No, this isn't going to be like that, y'all. Scotty Barnes is too good. RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, everybody trying to say that Scotty has nobody with him. What the fuck are you? You're insulting RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly when you say that. Oh, it's too bad the Raptors only have Scotty. They don't have anything else. I don't think you've seen the rest of our roster. I don't think you have. You're just saying, oh, they only have Scotty. We have RJ. You know what? Because RJ leaves New York, all of a sudden he leaves a bunch of cred that he has. No. Don't get it twisted. RJ Barrett's stats are better in Toronto than they were in New York. So if y'all are going to downgrade RJ just because he's on his home team now, no, y'all are foolish. You go ahead and downgrade RJ. Make that mistake. Yeah, Vegas bettors with the odds next year. Yeah, y'all better keep in mind that no, we're not bottoming out. We're going to be a power next year too. Yeah, we will be. And the reason why is because we got free agency coming up. We're going to see where we're at. I believe in Darko. I believe in Scotty. I believe in Emmanuel Quickly. Yeah, we're going to be all right. Why would we have Kelly Olynyk around right now? Seriously, if y'all really think we're in a bottoming out rebuild, like, oh, yeah, they're really bottoming out. We just got a whole bunch of young players like some of the teams in this league have been doing in recent years. That's not what we're doing. We retooled, and we're ready to still win right now. We're going to win right now more than people think for the rest of the season. In fact, we're going to surprise some motherfuckers. We're going to sneak up on them. We're going to come into games just like Brooklyn on Thursday night. Oh, this is the Raptors. This is an easy win. Yeah, see what happened. See what happened on Thursday night. Y'all underestimated us, and y'all got your ass beat. Yeah, keep thinking that, rest of the league. The Raptors are dead. The Raptors are shitty this year. Yeah, you'll find out. Some of y'all take us lightly. Yeah, some of y'all big teams. Ooh, Lakers, take us lightly when we play you one more time before the end of the season. Take us lightly and find out. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, take us lightly, rest of the league. That's what I'm saying. That's right. We are champions. That's right. Bryce is saying, I like that term, pointless. It's a misdirection, Bryce. In some ways, I wanted to be provocative today. I wanted to be like, ooh, what's a Raptor freak saying this season's pointless? He's usually so positive. Why would he say that? Well, there you go. Bryce likes the term. We're playing a pointless system. It's a real misdirection. It's going to make people think that. Yeah. Bryce is saying the Darko system is a pointless system. I like it. Misleading, but very telling. Yeah, let the casuals, let the negative, toxic fans say, yeah, Darko's pointless. Okay, you're spreading the gospel. Yeah, I agree. It is pointless what we're doing. They don't even know what it means, actually. Yeah, good morning to you, Bryce. I hope you're holding it down right for the Raptor Freak Nation in Kentucky, my guy. Yes. Mo's here. Good morning, Raptor Freak family. Good topic discussion, Lex. Thank you, Mo. It just struck me yesterday. I was like, you know what? We're not positionless anymore. We're pointless. And I was like, that term sounds so weird. Pointless. Pointless. People will be like, whoa, pointless. It has so much meaning, the word pointless. Yeah, Cowboys saying pointless. Let's go Raptors. That's right. Wayne saying, well said, Trevor. Totally endorsed. Yeah. Trevor's got good words of wisdom. I appreciate Commissioner of Fun, Trevor J., and everything he does. I'll be looking out for that package this week, Trevor. I'll be back at home later tonight. Country Kong saying, Lex, I agree with you. We have no point guard at the moment. IQ is more effective as a scorer, but everyone is a great passer. Kelly and Yak can dribble up the floor. Fun fact, Gradey played point guard in high school. See, there's another one. I didn't even mention Gradey in the part. Grady's a fantastic passer too. Like, he's part of the pointless system. It's really cool in some ways, the pointless idea that we're talking about today. Everybody's a point guard. It's not that it's pointless. It's probably we should say point more. We should say point more, maybe. It's point more. I mean, we'll say point less, but in some ways it really means point more. Really. Nameless is saying the Badali's pizza party is still in contention. That's right. I don't know what 905 gets for 3 wins in a row. They got the Darko dinner 3-win streak. In overtime, too. In some ways, if you get 3 wins in overtime, does that make the dinner even better? Does that mean you close the restaurant? Does that mean you get a bar tab, too, with the food? Oh, you guys got the 3-win in a row Darko special, but you got it in overtime? Ooh, you got unlimited bar. I don't know how they work it. I mean, it's kind of funny. I don't know. What's the level for G League? Badali's pizza party? I don't know. Maybe. I'm telling you, Darko, you better get them to steak. Cactus Club. Get him that off menu steak that Scotty's talking about with the video game guy. Yeah, you got to take the Raptors to that when they get their 3rd win in a row tomorrow against the Pacers. That's what I'm saying. All right, Pascal, tomorrow previewing Indiana Pacers, Raptors, Monday. Scotty's on the open gym last week at the All-Star weekend, talking to Tyrese Halliburton and a bunch of the East All-Stars. Bam standing there too. And he's like, I'm going to be back here next week. Tyrese is like, what? We just played you. He's like, yeah, we're playing y'all again next Monday. And I'll be here again. And like, Tyrese like, okay. So Scotty's looking forward to tomorrow's game already, since he mentioned it on the open gym to the guys on that clip. Hope y'all watch that episode. It's fun. I've been doing that every morning now. The thing that Scotty did, like this morning, Adrian's like, you got to get up. He's like, I want to sleep 10 more minutes. Please. I'm like, Scotty, you have a big influence on me. I'm not like, I don't want to get out of bed. It's like, I don't know. Maybe that was already there. But I feel like Scotty has influenced me to be more lazy and stay in bed this weekend for some weird reason. Just a little bit more. I was probably already doing that. Just leave me alone, or Adriana. Let me sleep 10 more minutes. Scotty, be late or be great. Be late or be great. That's right. You better get up. You got to stream 9:30. They're going to be wondering where you are, Lex. All right, let's see. Wayne saying, honestly, currently constructed, we don't really need a qualified OG. Lex, look at our turnovers and assists. What's the analytics on those numbers? I think you mean point guard. Honestly, currently constructed, we don't really need a qualified point guard. Lex, look at our turnovers, assists. What's the analytics on those numbers? All right, you want me to do a stat check? This will be an interesting thing. If you guys don't mind me doing research while we're on the air, I can go and do this. Like we've been doing the scouting reports recently. Nako's like, go look at this guy, Lex. And then I go look at a player. We'll do this. I'm going to go do a stat lookup right now because I do kind of know where to look for this. So let me see. Maybe I don't know exactly where to look. Hang on. Where are the stats? I need the stats. I don't want to see team stats, not just regular stats. Maybe I don't know where to look. It's tough. Anyway, sorry. I'm pretty sure that the Raptors, hang on, maybe it's on ESPN. Let me go look at that. Maybe there's team stats there. No. I like that we're only a half game behind the Nets now all of a sudden. That's really, really good thing. Really, really good thing. All right, let me see. Complete leaders. All right, here we go. All right, first of all, let's see this. And okay, in assists right now, just so you know, Wayne, we are third in the league in assists, averaging per game. The Pacers and the Spurs are number 1 and number 2, and we are number 3 in the league. We average 29 assists a game, so that's pretty dang good, right? All right, let's look at turnovers. The turnovers right now, we're at just under 13, 12.8. Now, we rank in the bottom half of the league for that. We're not actually, we're worse. We're in the bottom for worse. But I still think that's pretty good. 29 to 12.8. So it's really like 29 to 13 assist to turnover ratio. That's not a bad assist to turnover ratio, honestly, if you ask me. But a lot of it's very much in the same range for most of the teams in the league. But I don't think that's an egregious assist to turnover ratio at all. 29 to 13. 29 assists to 13 turnovers a game. That's what we got right now. Let's see. Hey, Adriana, how you feeling? Yeah, you had like a 10-minute seizure right before I came on my stream. It was a pretty bad one, too. I will tell you about it when I get done. How you feel right now with your head? Headache. Okay, well, lay down. Take it easy. Don't do too much. Drink some water. I got you some water. Did you take the rest of your pills? There's one big one on the table I think you still need to take. Yeah, right before I came on, Adriana had an epileptic seizure. So I had to take care of her for a sec there. But I got on time still. All right, let's keep going. Nameless is saying Brooklyn gets the dentist distraction now. Sorry, Lex. I don't think this is a bad thing for them. They're in a bad place. They don't have a lot of fire. So having Dennis be there to kind of like have pride and do stuff like that, it's no big deal. I don't really feel like he's a distraction. I love this kind of shit. I like the pride in his team that he wants to stand up for them. In some ways, that's a positive thing. You know, he could be getting in a fight with somebody doing stuff like that, getting a punch from somebody much bigger, and he's not scared of that. He's more wanting to stand up for the honor of his team. So, yeah, I mean, I'm going to spin it the right way for him every time. Tom Duke's here saying, nah, Dennis just got lots of heart. That's right. Tommy's on the same side with me, shaking my head. You guys really are mad at him for his reaction to that loser 3 taken by Conley. There you go. Tom Duke's getting a dunk because he's standing with me and Dennis. There you go, Tommy. Tommy. That's my guy, Tom. I love it. He's calling him a loser too, Mike Conley. That's awesome. Tommy is a real one. Oh, my gosh. He's a real one. Good morning to you, Tom Duke. Thank you. Super fan Mo saying, listen, Lex, I will watch 905, but not pay attention to Eric Curry. she's gonna watch the 905 play, but boycott the coach is what she's saying. She ain't gonna pay attention to him. Monique, your relationship this year with Eric Curry has been absolutely entertaining. And I love you, Mo, for your hard love towards Eric and his ups and downs. I'm glad he's turned it around. I mean, seriously, keep this win streak going, 905. Help Eric Curry look good, but don't let him coach next year still. Please. Please. Fiercely saying, good morning, fam, and happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you, Fiercely Salsera, Scotty Barnes, Twitch family 2022 and beyond. That's what I'm saying. BCG's here. It's Chris. Chris is here. Hello, all. So how and who said the season is pointless? We still get to watch the team play, see the team grow into something better. Yeah, Chris, it's all about the term. Pointless in change for positionless. The season started with a positionless team of OG and Pascal and Precious and Scotty, and it has changed and morphed into a pointless team. That's pointless? No, meaning we have no point guard. That's what I mean with that term, Chris. I wanted to use some negative clickbait to get some of the trolls in here to check out what Raptors Freak's talking about. Well, I made a new term. And the term is when Manuel Quickley is more of a hybrid guard that's a shooting guard, and it's not totally clear who our point guard is, we're pointless. And we have all different guys playing point guard, getting assists. That is what I mean when I say that. So I'm not saying anything's pointless. Trust me. I wanted to say that just as a joke to make people think, oh, what Raptors Freak saying? No, I wanted to make a new term called pointless lineup, meaning there's no point guard. Everybody passes. That's what I'm talking about, Chris. Just like a positionless lineup is all positions, A pointless lineup is all point guards, but they're not because they're guys who are good passers at each of their individual positions. That's what it is. Jakob Poeltl is a pointless center. Kelly Olynyk is a pointless center, and so is Gradey Dick is a pointless player. He can pass. All these guys can pass. Oshai, yeah. Bruce Brown, yeah. It's a pointless system, is what I'm saying. Yeah. Wayne's saying, watch the Knicks Boston game last night. With or without Randall and OG, a short point guard as your best player has negative effects ongoing further for any team. I would agree with you. I think that's true most of the time in the history of the NBA. But there are anomalies. There are players that have carried their team as the best player, as the smallest guy. I think of that little guy, Isaiah Lord, who ran the Bad Boys 2 years in a row in 89 and 90, the Pistons, to the championships, that he was their best player. Isaiah Thomas at 6 foot. There are exceptions to this, and it depends on how special that player is. Now, is Jalen Brunson as special as Isaiah Thomas? I don't know. In some ways, I don't look at Jalen Brunson as the number one in New York. I look at Randall as the number one in New York. I think with Randall out recently, it's easy to think that Brunson is the number one there, but I think it's Randall. As long as Randall's there, the way he is and the way he plays, he's going to be the number one option on offense. And Brunson's just filling in right now while he's out. So I don't know if this is exactly accurate about the situation with the Knicks, but I mean, I get what you're saying is true, Wayne, for sure. Classically, having your best player be a small guard like Allen Iverson with the Sixers is not usually good for you to get far in the playoffs. Yeah. Fiercey saying, I was confused with the pointless, but I get it. I'm optimistic for at least reaching the play-ins. Head into my daughter's game. Enjoy the day, fam. All right, Fiercey. Good luck to Fiercey Salcera Jr. out in the game today, kicking butt. Get those balls. Bored woman gets paid. Get out there and get them. Bored woman gets paid. Get them. Yeah. If you guys understand my pointless term now, and that I wasn't being mean, now you get it. Yeah. Chris is saying, it rarely works. A small point guard. Yes, your number one scorer, your leader, your number one guy. It's tough. In some ways, we were flirting with that in recent decade. Kyle Lowry, Fred VanVleet, those guys could have been questionably the best player on our team on certain times. And we know the folly of that. So in some ways, Wayne's opinion is informed by recent Raptor history. Maybe even looking back all the way to the very beginning. Damon Stoudemire, 5'10", starting point guard, rookie of the year for the Raptors. And he was our best player. You can't get anywhere with him as being the best player on your team. I don't think so. No, it's hard. It's very, very hard. Yeah, Fiercey saying get well to Adriana. Yeah, when I get off here, I'm gonna baby her, take care of her good. It wasn't a good one. It wasn't a good one. And a little scary too, because it's a little bit different than some she's been having lately. Chris is saying, I think the backcourt is better than it was to start. Remember a guy named Flynn? Laugh out loud. But you could say that we are 100% points, point forward, point center, so not pointless at all. That's what I mean. I know, Chris. I know it's a misnomer because it's like pointless, but so is positionless. In some ways, positionless is a weird one. So it's very much in the same kind of term as like positionless, pointless. And people will say, well, pointless? What? Just like you guys are saying. Oh, I mean, everybody's kind of sharing the point guard duties, and there's no real point guard designation. Scotty, in some ways, is the primary point guard. Emmanuel may be second. That's what I'm saying. But RJ and Jakob and Kelly and all those guys, they get assists, and they're looking for assists. Sometimes we have assists across the board, like 5 guys with like 5 assists on our team on some nights when it's really flowing. That's what I mean. We got this offense that shares the ball so much that everybody's getting assists. And that's the sign of a pointless offensive system. I know it sounds weird because the word pointless is weighted with a lot of negativity. But I'm not trying to make it a negative word here. I'm just playing off of the word positionless to make it pointless. Yeah, there you go. Tom Duke saying, stop bugging Malachi. Haha, you jerks. Listen, I'm happy about what's happened here. At the beginning of the season, Tommy, you heard me. I was saying, get Malachi off my team. Get him off my team, Bobby. Why is Malachi even still here? He makes me so mad just seeing him on the team still. Well, thank you, Bobby. Thank you for sending him to New York. And then thank you, New York, for sending him to Detroit. In some ways, the things in the NBA kind of get sifted to the right level. Let's just put it that way. In some ways, Eric Flynn, you wanted a better chance for Malachi Flynn in the NBA. Well, Detroit's a fantastic chance for him. Oh, yeah. I think he's already gotten increases in playing and getting all kinds of stuff happening to him because he's on the Pistons now. So there you go. There's your chance, Malachi. Maybe you get somewhere. Maybe you can fail as much as you want, and you'll get there somewhere because they'll give you all kinds of leash because it's the Pistons. So in some ways, it worked out for him. Sometimes, players just got to go to the teams that they need to go to. And I think Flynn needed to go to the Pistons. Yeah, I think he did. Yeah. Chris is saying, well, I agree then. And Tom, where is Flynn today? I have no idea. He's in Detroit. Chris, they sent him to Detroit. He is on the Pistons, the worst team in the league. That's right. Wayne saying pointless is brilliant. Who do you blitz on the Raptors? Once we pass the ball as we're doing and we manage turnovers, our system is sustainable. Yeah, that's the term that Masai used about his beliefs in Darko's offensive system is sustainable. That's the kind of thing you want to hear in today's world as far as I want a sustainable life. I want to be more independent of certain things. I'd like to grow my own food. I'd like to be more sustainable. Well, that means having it good in the future. And that's what we want. We want a system and a philosophy that's not going to go the way of the dinosaurs. It's going to be fine. It won't go extinct. It'll fit with the ever-changing trends of the NBA and the offense and the way it's going in this league. In some ways, Darko's leaning into what we're seeing. Whereas maybe Nick was fighting against it, but holding on to defense and doing what he had to do with our roster the way it was made up. Well, we've pivoted. We're now a more offensive-minded team, more looking to pass than ever, and that's what it is. And in some ways, that's more sustainable for the future of the NBA. And I love it. Yeah, it's like you pick and choose. Who you looking for? Where's the ball coming up? In some ways, we see the system is get the rebound, look up the court. And if you can hit a ball handler at half court, and then they can hit somebody up court fast, that's how you get that ball up quick. And the Raptors are all about moving that ball up the court real quick in transition right now because there's so many different ball handlers. There's so many good passers. You see Scotty launch football passes from down the court all the way down right near the basket of RJ, and he lays it in. That's what I'm talking about. They're looking up the court. The point guard, it doesn't have to go to one guy like a Mike Conley, and he brings the ball up and directs things. No, there's multiple different guys that will bring the ball up and initiate the offense as the point guard or not the point guard, just whoever they are in the positions of the court. Scotty, whatever, RJ, whatever, Emmanuel, whatever, Jakob, whatever. That's what I'm saying right there. It's a really, really cool thing. Really, really cool thing. And I'm excited about it. Darko, we are, as much as we're just scratching the surface with Scotty, as much as we're just scratching the surface with Emmanuel quickly, we are just scratching the surface with Darko as a coach and the things that he can possibly do in the future, technical, X's and O's wise, game situations, late game situations, pressure situations. We want to test Coach Rajakovic and see his mettle, see his acumen, see how he decides the tough pressurized situations in NBA games as he goes through his career. And I think that a lot of the Raptors fans who aren't too keen on him right now will get pleasantly surprised by amazing coaching decisions and outcomes in the future with Coach Rajakovic leading the Toronto Raptors. I'm all about seeing that more and more because I want more evidence and proof to shoot out of my mouth at them through this YouTube channel to prove and tell them to shut the fuck up if you don't like Darko, because Darko's a very good coach. We don't mess around. It's like we don't draft a miss. We don't shoot a miss. We don't hire coaches to miss. And that's something that people need to realize about the Toronto Raptors front office. We are not the Brooklyn Nets with a little carousel with Jacques Vaughn, Steve Nash, and Kenny Atkinson. No, we aren't. And we got the right one, and we ride with them. And we give them a real chance. We give them a real chance. We're not changing our coaches like underwear. So, yeah, there you go right there. There you go. Yeah. And they was saying, last stop, Detroit, Skid Row. Tom Duke saying, I gave up. Admit I was wrong about him. Was drinking the Iceman water. Yeah, Iceman like Gervin, I still think he might be Eric Flynn. He might be, but I don't know. He's still frequenting the Raptors stuff. And Malachi's been gone, so that indicates he is not. I would think that Eric Flynn would not be messing around with Raptor stuff. He'd be glad to be gone from us. So Iceman like Gervin's hilarious. In some ways, I have been agreeing with him recently, but I'm not right now. He's very down on Darko. He doesn't like Darko as a coach. He's being very critical of him in the Raptors Tonight streams. So, yeah, Iceman like Urban, chill out on Darko Rajakovic, please. If you are still listening to me sometimes, give this guy a chance. Seriously. I think you're going to be very pleased with him over time. Seriously. Yeah. Let's see. Chris is saying, let's see what kind of game we have versus the Pacers. Very interested. Can we run and gun with them? I think we can. No more comments as I'm here. Adriana's having a rough morning. Yeah, it's all good. She took a shower. She's going to lay down. There's not a whole lot I can do for her right this second. But, yeah, I'll go check on her and see how she's doing. Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens tomorrow with the Pacers, too. I think we got a good shot. I feel like these guys are reoriented. Maybe even George St. Pierre talked to Scotty last week. And now Scotty has a better idea about mentally preparing himself with aggression from the start of the game to come in and win. In some ways, what George was teaching the Raptors last week was about adversity, was about like getting involved in a competition. And when things don't go the way you want to, how do you react? In some ways, that was part of what he was talking about, adversity. What do you do to become a winner through the toughness of the not easy of the process? Well, this is what Scott's looking at now. He has some new ideas from Georges St. Pierre as far as like, this is what you do in these situations. This is what I did, Scotty, in MMA. How will you apply it to the NBA? And that's one of the things I'm going to say. Like when they met with St. Pierre last week, I think this did have a profound effect on the Toronto Raptors roster. You know, Nick Nurse went go get Cory Booker, U.S. Senator, and come talk to the Raptors, and he can say all this stuff. But I'm telling you, you can get St. Pierre when some of these guys are big MMA fans on the Raptors. There's Chris Boucher's connection to him from, Quebec. This means something. This dude has some weight. This guy, when he says something, that's why I think George was so excited about being around the Raptors. He's giddy. In some ways, I'd like him to hang around. Like, I know you're already up here in Canada, St. Pierre, but maybe you need to be a special consultant for the Toronto Raptors. When things are a little rough, we just may need a little pick-me-up from you. Just come in and tell us a Gipper speech real quick. And get Scotty ready and primed for the game, like you would be primed to get in the octagon. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, let's hire him. Special consultant, George St. Pierre. That would be some shit that no other NBA team's ever done, I don't think. Has any NBA team ever hired an MMA fighter to be a consultant for their team? Now, it sounds counterintuitive. Maybe Dennis Schröder maybe needed consulting from George last night with his little incident. Maybe, what, are they going to fight people? No. This is about competitive spirit. This is about getting guys up and getting them ready for the match. That's what it's about right there. That's right. I love it. It's going to be so cool. I would love to see him around there more. Country Con's here. Salute to Tom. Great to see you again. Yeah, I love it. Don't you, JP? Tom Dookie has returned. We love you, Tom. I know Scotty loves you too. That's right. Let's see. The name was saying Darko is intense and passionate. You can feel his intensity on the court. Trust me. Yeah. Nameless going to the game the other day. He heard it. He saw it with his own two eyes. You can't really tell on TV. If people go to the games and they watch Darko coach in person, if you're anywhere near the court, you will understand what Nameless is saying right here. Listen. At times, I would see Nick. He sits on the bench and kind of goes like this for a while sometimes. Nick will do his crouch. He'll yell. He'll get passionate. But Darko is intensely involved in the game every second. I don't think I've ever seen Darko sitting on the bench, like very rarely. Think about the last time you really did see Darko kind of sitting around the bench for any period of time, for a long period of time. I don't think I ever see it. He's always up and pacing. He's always up and walking and talking. That's the thing. Sometimes the coaches just walk and they don't say anything. Quinn Snyder's kind of like that. He's kind of like watching. No, Darko is talking and communicating with the team the whole time. The whole time. It's really good. All right, let's see. Mo's saying, Lex, I left the full Dylan Brooks documentary in the Facebook chat. I'll have to watch that today. There's a cool new documentary on Dylan Brooks, I guess. And Monique has put it in the Facebook chat. If you're in there, you want to see it, maybe we can put it in the comments on this stream also for people that aren't in the Facebook chat that want to see it. Excuse me. Water time. Dana's saying, good morning, everybody. Good morning to you, Canadian Dana. Hope that finger is healing good. Wayne saying, remember that play Jama explained where 2 screens were set at the elbow and a player came from behind to get a clear path to the net? Only saw it twice. Works every time. Get well, Adriana. Yeah, that's nice of you to say that, and I'll let her know. Yeah, yeah, I love that segment that they did with Jama a while back. Like Monique loved it too. It's like, where's this Jama coaches segment where he draws up the play and explains it? Like, I would love to see that segment be a regular thing around something on the NBA on the Raptors broadcast. Coach's corner with Jama Mahala. That would be badass. Like, maybe you shouldn't be giving all our plays out to the public, but in some ways that was a really cool, informative, like little segment when they did do it earlier this season. But they haven't done it since. They did it just that once. I wish they would do it more. I wish they would. Most saying, of course, we got a great chance versus the Pacers. Go Raptors. I believe that too. We're on a roll. I'll do my scout of them for tomorrow. We'll see where they're at, where their injuries are, and I'll do the assessment of how I feel we have our chances with them. And we'll talk about it tomorrow morning in the preview. Yeah. Chris is saying, MMA fighters, what have I been saying here? If the Raptors are to win, they need to square up, not fighting, but have that fight in them. Barnes, most importantly, good move on GSP. Yeah, I just think it would be inventive and kind of creative. I'm not saying that he's coming in to do this. It's really that he's kind of a spirit coach. He's kind of like, like Mickey on Rocky. Go out and get him, Rock. Get him, Rock. Go out and get him, Rock. That kind of shit. Just have him in the locker room for a second and fire him up. Say, Emmanuel, you could go out there and put the TKO on them. Yeah. Whatever. Scotty can be like, one of my coaches is George St. Pierre. And his friends are like, no way, George St. Pierre. It's that kind of shit. In some ways, he has that kind of credential to him, GSP, that these guys are in awe of being around him. These guys are NBA players. Scotty is Scotty. But if he's around GSP, he's like, whoa, this is kind of like, this is big deal. Like, this dude's a goat kind of shit, Yeah, it's pretty cool. Country Con saying, David's brother, Peter, is giving me hell in fantasy. When I met him at Real Jerk, I didn't realize he was such a fierce competitor. I thought Lex was stiff competition. My reign in fantasy might be over. JP, you have had a fantastic year. And no, listen, you're still number one, right? You've been undefeated this whole year. You're just talking about losing your undefeated streak. I guess today's the last day for your competition. And he's got you by 20 points right now, almost. Let me see who's playing today for your two teams. And I'll kind of give you an assessment of whether your undefeated streak of 16-0 in our fantasy league is in trouble. Let me see. All right, you've got a full lineup, it looks like, JP. He's got Alvarado, Gary Harris, Russell Westbrook, Jonathan Isaac, Maxi Kleber, who's a game day decision, Amir Coffey, Draymond Green, Derek Lively, also a GTD, Misic, and DeJounte Murray. Man, I wish you had better players. I see some of your better players are on the bench as far as, well, Embiid's been out hurt. And Towns is not playing today. I guess you would really wish Karl Anthony Towns was playing today because he's probably the guy who's carrying your team to an extent. I see you have Ben Simmons too. Man, how are you undefeated with this crew? You really have managed your team very, very well. Because honestly, I look at your team and I'm like, this team is not overall very good. There's some really good players on it, but in some ways I'm like, holy crap. I mean, Westbrook's going to help you today, hopefully, but he is off the bench still. All right, let me go see what Peter has. Peter, listen, the Saborin brothers are competing with each other too, and that raises their compete level. That's part of it. They're shit talking each other, and that's part of the reason why their compete for their teams goes up, and they're so psychotic about it. It's amazing. I love it. Let's see. Okay, so he doesn't have as many guys playing. He's missing one spot today, but he's got CJ McCollum, Chris Dunn, Norman Powell, Sadiq Bey. He's got LeBron, and he's a game-time decision. Zubac, Jared Allen, Clarkson, and Drummond. I'm going to say this right now, JP. I think you are going to lose today. I think that his team overall has more scores, even if he has one less spot open. The 30-point lead above you, it's going to be tough for you to come back and get him. Or 20-point lead, sorry. But we'll see. It's an exciting Sunday for your fantasy teams. And yeah, the Saborins are a real deal, Holyfield. Look out. It's going to be a fun playoff with your team, my team, their teams. Duke Rocks, the champion from last year. We've got 5 teams in playoffs already, and they're very top teams. and only 8 teams are getting in the playoffs. But yeah, these guys are real serious competitors. They really are. Yeah. Tom Duke saying controlling emotions in those crazy moments is partly experience, but mainly a controllable thing. GSP harness this to conquer fear. Yeah, it's stuff like that. That's what they talked about a lot. Like Scotty, after talking about meeting with George, said it's mental things he taught me. He taught me mental things like mentality and how to get the right mental preparation for a competition. And that's what I'm saying. That's very valuable. In some ways, it's like, don't get a psychologist, get a competitor who competed at the highest level and succeeded. And if he has successful techniques, share them with the Toronto Raptors and allow them to apply them in a basketball way. I think that it's just a really, really smart thing. Yeah. Yeah. Jimmy's wondering what GSP told him. He told him his life story. That's what he did. That's what I hear. He came in and he told his story about how he became a fighter, his journey, how hard he worked. He told him about the failures during his MMA and his comeback. And he told him all how he prepared himself mentally to do it and get through it. And it was really effective. I think these guys were blown away by the meeting with George last week. And I'm telling you, I think it had an effect on them. So Scotty's taking the mental preparedness of George St. Pierre and applying it to how he would apply it to himself for games. This is a win-win thing, seriously. In some ways, I think the experience of being an all-star and getting more bona fide and feeling like I belong as a top player in this league, because look at me, I'm on the court with LeBron and Kevin Durant on a Sunday in Indianapolis. You know, that can give you confidence. But then you come and listen to George St. Pierre talk to you. Boom. I think this is why Scotty's been more aggressive since we've come back from the All-Star game in the 2 games we played so far. Like, he is noticeably more aggressive. Can you say that? I was watching the game on Friday night, cheering him on like a cheerleader. Be aggressive, B-E-A-G-G-R-E-S-S-I-V-E, aggressive. Yeah, be aggressive, Scotty. And Adriana made fun of me. She's like, oh, you make a good cheerleader. No, I'm singing a Faith No More song, okay? I like that song by Faith No More on Angel Dust, Be Aggressive, and I'm just singing it. There's cheerleaders in that song, yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm singing to Scotty in Raptors games nowadays. Be aggressive, be aggressive, be aggressive, B-E-A-G-G-R-E-S-S-I-V-E, aggressive. That's right. And Scotty's aggression is more focused and more utilized in games in the last 2 games since the All-Star break. You got to admit you've seen an extra special aggression fire in Scotty very, very, very recently. Yeah, it's very cool. Very cool. Jill, okay, here we go. Cowboy saying, who's Malachi? Who's Malachi? Have you forgotten? Did they come to your house, the men in black, and zap your brain, Cowboy, and say, no, you no longer know who Malachi Flynn is. Zap, zap. Jill's here. Good to see Jilly Moody. Morning, y'all. Laugh out loud. Morning to you, Jill. I hope you're having a great Sunday morning so far. It looks sunny. Looks kind of nice. It's cold, though. It's cold outside. Chris is saying, yeah, Tom, Barnes was having an emotional moment there before the All-Star break. I thought he should sleep in the gym in a tent. Maybe the GSP idea was better. Listen, Scotty, I'm actually really amazed with the maturity of Scott as far as looking at the whole scope of what's going on right now. Now, some young players may be stupid and be like, this team sucks, I'm so mad, and get all disgruntled and be a problem in the middle of being the team, even though they're the franchise player and they're going to be the responsible one in some ways, and they set the tone. Scotty is such a good team player. He understands that if he wants this team to be winning and non-toxic and healthy and good things, he sets the tone. So he has to have the best attitude out of all the Raptors. And in some ways, now that he is the clear-cut top dog, he can set that culture and tone himself. And I love it. In some ways, he is cognizant of this responsibility that I'm talking about right now. He doesn't take this lightly. He understands that he is the one who's going to influence 1 through 18 on the roster, and that he has to be the role model in some ways, whether it's him clapping on the bench, yelling on defense and getting the interactive off the bench to the game and helping the guys. He's just trying to be that leader. And I love it. It's very, very strong, mature leadership that for his age is amazing. In some ways, you look at other players in this league that are his age, they're knuckleheads, they're dumbasses, they're fuck-ups. He's not. This dude is really, really smart, and he understands what being a team leader means, and he's doing it correctly. In some ways, it was muddled. in the last couple of years with Fred, Pascal, OG. I have no idea why the team was so fucked up. Was it Nick Nurse? Was it that these guys had one foot out the door and they're just hanging around on the Raptors and they knew that they were on their way out? Whatever it was, it's all been cleared out. And Scotty gets to paint on a blank canvas now. And I love it. I love it. I like the picture he's starting to paint, Bob Ross. Yeah, happy little trees. Happy little trees. That's right. That is right. Cowboys saying, since we talk in fantasy, can I still make the play-in? All right, yeah, we can do a fantasy check with you, Cowboy. Let's go look at Cowboys fantasy team in our 20-team Raptor Freak Fantasy Basketball League. Cowboy is at the bottom of the 6th South Division. That is the division with myself, the Saborn brothers, and Raymond Jacob. And you have a 4-12 record, Cowboy. Now, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, Cowboy, there's only 3 playoff spots left. The other ones have all been filled. And to get to the playoffs in this league, I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to have to win 10 games. If you don't have 10 wins, you are not going to make the playoffs. So anybody who's getting close to 10 wins, get that 10 win because you'll have the best chance to make it. Cowboy, you got to get 6 wins before the end of the season. I don't think there's 6 games to go. So I don't think you have a very good chance. I'm just going to say that. Yeah, I don't think you'll make it. There's no play-in. There's just 8 teams in the playoffs. 20-team league with only 8 teams making the playoffs. That's what I'm saying. The very best will make it. And then 5 are in. There's only 3 open spots. You want one of those 3 spots. Well, you probably should have done something earlier. Probably should have done something way earlier. Way earlier. Jill saying, hey, Cowboy. Hey, Cowboy. Hey, Cowboy. Yeah. Cool Cat's here. Good morning, Raptor Free Crew. Good morning to you, Cool Cat, the coolest cat, Scotty Barnes, Swish family, 2022 and beyond. Yeah. Cowboy saying good morning to Jill. I hope you're having a great weekend so far. Yes, we love you, Jill. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Love you, Cool Cat, also. I hope you ladies are both having a fantastic Sunday so far. Kareem saying, did y'all see the clip of Gradey jumping over a dude while completing a full rotation windmill dunk? This is an old clip, right? This isn't like AI doctored. This is a real clip. I think I've heard of it. I haven't seen it myself. But yeah, I believe that athleticism is there. That what you just described, I could believe Gradey doing this. Yeah. In some ways, Gradey may be Mac McClung in the next couple years. What if Gradey goes and does like I said, like, well, if Grady's going to do a competition, he's going to do the 3-point competition. But wait a second, Lex. Wait a second. Think about what he's been doing lately in games. You don't think he can be in the dunk competition? You know what? Now that you think about it, Lex, you might be right, Lex. Yeah, I might be right, Lex. That's weird. I'm talking to myself. But anyway, I mean, seriously, would Gradey do the dunk competition in years to come? What if he does both one year? Like, that'd be weird. He'd probably be too tired out to do the dunk competition after the 3-point shootout. But he seems like the kind of player that could maybe do both at this point. I would have said, no, he can't do the dunk competition. But there's evidence to show that he can. There is. Trevor J said the college game was wild yesterday. Fans running on the court and hurting the players. Holy crap. Wow, March Madness isn't even here yet, and the madness is in the NCAA. Wow. Yeah, I saw an article on ESPN talking about how can we stop the fans from running on the court. You know, I've seen this kind of stuff when I was in college. We did it at a football game once. I ran onto the Florida State football field, but everybody did, so they couldn't stop us. There were like 20,000 of us that jumped on the field all of a sudden. We were ripping it up. We just won the big game at the end of the season, and we were happy. We were celebrating. So we ran on the court, and people were taking sections of the ground, the grass, and taking it home as souvenirs because they wanted a piece of history from that game. A bunch of people ran over, and they took down the goalposts. Yeah, they ran and unscrewed them and pulled them out of the ground. And they started walking out the arena with them. I know fans getting on the court is a bad thing. But you can't stop all of them. How are you going to do it? We're going to go back to the age of cagers. We could go back to where it started and put that cage around the court so nobody can get in there at it. That's what they did in the very beginning of the basketball in the NBA. They had cages and the crowd was on the other side and nobody could get in there. I don't know. I don't think we have to go that extreme. I don't know. How did they fix this problem? I don't know. I might have to read that ESPN article about how to do it. Yeah. All right, let's keep going. Chris is saying it was bet on yourself mindset is gone, and I feel better. You're talking about Fred mindset? Oh, come on, man. Scotty's got to bet on himself too. I mean, in some ways, we're going to need him to bet on himself at some point. Jill's saying, Lex, how much does it cost to see the Coaches Challenge? It is free. Absolutely free. In fact, they will give you coffee and donuts and free gifts. They're not taking anything from you. They just doing, in some ways, I think this is a community service that the Raptors are doing for the community to encourage basketball growth and understanding of how to coach basketball. And it's just a service. So yeah, it doesn't cost anything. Jill, if you are coming to Toronto on the March the 19th to come to this with us, please do. It's going to be fun. It's very, very much free. So yeah, if you can get here, do it. It is free. Tom's got the link to it in the chat. If y'all want the direct link to sign up for the Coaches Open House, it's right there. Tom just put it in there. You just got to sign up. Free is the price. That's right. Kareem saying, I signed up for the Raptors coaching seminar. Not sure if I can make it, but I registered just in case. That's awesome. Kareem, if you can make it, come down there and be a part of the crew. We'll all go in together. We're growing. I think there's about 9 of us at this point. Stevie Roots is going to come with us, y'all. I mean, if he signs up, sometimes he doesn't get things done. He says, oh, yeah, I'll go, Lex. And then he forgets. And then he's like, oh, I forgot to do it, Lex. Oh, my gosh, I'm sorry. No, Steve wants to come. So if you guys are going to come down there, you might meet my old friend Steve that I worked with at the Air Canada Center 25 years ago. Stevie's the guy I worked with at the sub stand in the arena when Vince Carter days were going on. He's a fun guy. He's one of my oldest friends. And I hope he's going to be there. So that may be fun. It'll be David, Morgan, Adriana, Monique, Chris, myself, Stevie. That's 8 right there. If we get Jillian, we get Kareem, that's 10. We have 10 Raptor freaks there. And in some ways, that'd be very cool. In some ways, I might tell y'all, if we go down there all together, we should all wear our shirts. And like maybe they'll notice us. They'll be like, what is that? Y'all are all Raptor freaks? Yeah, we're Raptor freaks. We come to the Raptors Coaches Open House. And we're coming to see a closed practice. That's right, because we're the Raptors freaks. That's right. Tom's saying he wish he could go. I wish you could go too, Tommy. I wish you could go too. Maybe I could get, we can't do that. No phones. I was going to say I could broadcast it to you and show you it. No, we can't do that. That's a big, big no-no there. No. Yeah, Cowboy saying, yeah, I'm going to try and go too. Awesome. Seriously. Everybody who can try and come, let us know. There's time to get ready for it. March the 19th. And then we'll meet up and we'll definitely go in there as a group and we'll show up. It'll be awesome. We'll be cool. Let's see. Tom Duke's got the whole team on blast. He's got Darko, Yak, GTJ, RJ, Scotty, Emmanuel, Kelly, Monique, and myself. And there's Cowboy too. Wayne saying, I'm overly optimistic on the Raptors with at least 2 5-game win streaks. There's a hunger to achieve on the squad, and best we have the adequate personnel, not championship, but adequate. It's building. In some ways, I'd say we have more built up than a lot of the really bad teams in this league. It's deceiving. We're actually like a middle-level team, but with changes this summer, I could see us becoming a straight-up playoff team if we get the right free agency decisions this summer. And if we have a more clear and the parts really fit, look out. It could really work. And your optimism is not over. It is exactly right. And I can see this too, Wayne. I can see this too. I can see the early germination of what's going to happen. I'm very pleased, very, very pleased. It's only going to get better. The connections and the passing and the highlight kind of basketball that these guys are going to be playing. I'm telling you, Emmanuel quickly has a huge ceiling that he is nowhere near. He's got a way higher part of him that he can play. It's similar to what Maxi's doing right now. So get ready for that. And then, of course, Scotty is going to be interesting how he gets better and better over the years. Seriously, he could make big jumps. Do you think he made a big jump this year? Look out. He could make a big jump for his 4th year also. Yeah. Cowboy saying, that's too bad, Tom. I could walk you back to the hotel with a new mug. There you go. Cowboy says, come on over, Tom, and he'll walk you home. Y'all be walking across Alberta, and you'll say, hey, Seymour Pape. How's it going, Sheriff? You're in the Mountain Standard Time, Cowboy. Yes, we know. We've been walking a long time. Tom's laughing. Name's saying, where can you register for the Coaches Open practice? Well, Tom put the link in the chat here, just a little bit higher up. So find that link under Tom Duke's name, raptorsdevelopment.com. Sign up, my paisano, and you join the crew too. And then we will get to see your face, Nameless. And we can see my paisano in person. And yeah, we can all hang out together. And yeah, it'll be fun. Cowboys saying, I looked up DJ Carton. He's not in the fantasy league. Was thinking of picking him up. Yeah, you don't have a Raptor on your team right now, do you? Because you had Koloko, didn't you? And Koloko's gone. Well, I'm not even doing that one Raptor rule anymore. It's kind of gone out the window. With all the movement and so many different players, I can't keep track. I know Raymond Jacob has both RJ Barrett and Kelly Olynyk on his team, and I'll allow it. It's fine. It's kind of cool that he has the two Canadian guys, and he had them from not being on the Raptors at the beginning of the year. So having two Raptors all of a sudden for Raymond Jacob, it's fine. I'm okay with it. It's kind of cool, actually. Let's see. Tom said you put it in the chat, Paisano. Yeah, it's up there. No, your Italian's fine, Tommy. Your Italian's fine. All right, let me do a reaction to the Raptors 905 victory last night over Santa Cruz. That's right. I did not watch most of the game. I did not watch the first quarter. I watched the second quarter, and then I went to bed. So I didn't even watch the second half or the overtime. So that's within letting you guys know that with all due diligence and truthfulness. Is I did not watch this game as closely. Maybe Makai did. He could maybe tell me some of what happened with it in the chat. But yeah, good overtime win. It looks like the Raptors dominated in overtime once again. They do the point target where they are tied at the end of the fourth quarter. They figure out by a statistical mathematical equation the percentage of the points already scored, and then they say this is how many points you need to score in the overtime. And last night was 8. 8 points need to be scored in the overtime. And JFL, big time on that. Taking it home with a nice layup to win the game. 44 minutes for Javon Freeman Liberty as the number one star last night. 11 of 18 shooting. He's been scorching lately. 36 points in 44 minutes, plus 22. The calls for Javon to be on the big squad are loud and clear. A lot of people are like, why the hell is this guy not playing for the Raptors? I understand y'all. In some ways, he's not the kind of player that's good for the NBA. In some ways, he can do this on the G League level, but I don't know how much of this translates. Just to say to y'all real quick. But yeah, he has a really good stat line. Listen to this. All right, 11 to 18 shooting. He only made 1 of 5 threes, though. 9 to 12 at the free throw line. 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 steals, 36 points. That's a monster game by JFL. Proud of you, my guy. Proud of you. Plus 22. He did have 5 turnovers, though. But that high usage, he's going to get some turnovers. We know that. Off the bench, the second star of the game is Kevin O'Banner. 17 points in 21 minutes. 7 of 9 from the field. 2 of 4 from 3. 1 for 1 at the free throw line. 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Yeah, a solid game off the bench. Kevin O'Banner carrying the big load as the big guy off the bench. Good job, O'Banner. The third star of the game, Jonte Porter. Didn't shoot great, but shot better than recently. The thing I really liked about Jonte was, well, first of all, he's 1 assist shy of a triple-double. He got 17 rebounds last night. 13 points, 17 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal, 3 blocks, plus 22. Jonte Porter, good game last night. And celebrating with Javon at the end when they got that win. This has been really good. Jonte's had really weird year. He's had the real breakthrough by getting into the starting lineup with the Raptors for a little bit. But in some ways, he's really shown that he is green. He needs time to develop, and he needs to be smarter in certain ways. But, man, what a great game by him last night. 5 offensive rebounds. Jonte, you go. You go. Keep playing like that. My fourth star of the game is Mohamed Ugui. He was okay. He wasn't super, super good. 5 of 13. Missed both his threes. 4 of 7 at the free throw line. I hate that. 9 rebounds, though. 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 16 points. So Mohamed Ugui, my fourth star. And the last star of the game for me is Daryl Morsell. Daryl Morsell off the bench, very efficient. He basically went and got 8 points on 4 of 7 shooting. He was a plus 10, 4 rebounds, 1 steal, 3 turnovers. But, I like the plus on the team. There were a lot of guys who were not pluses. There were either pluses or minuses. There were a couple guys who were plus 20, and then everybody else is like a bunch of minuses or even. So, the guys who got pluses were the guys I gave stars to. So 5 stars of the game for 905 in their third victory in a row in overtime. Javon Freeman Liberty, Kevin O'Banner, Jonte Porter, Mo Gee, and Daryl Morsell. There's your review of the 905 game last night. Very interesting. Yeah. Let's see. Kareem is saying, I think if we all go to the seminar, we can create a coup and take over the coaching staff of the 905. I'm sure we can do a better job. That's not right. No, I don't want to do that. I love those guys. Evo and Bulldozer Batiste. Those guys are cool. No, I don't want to mess with Pat Delaney. You want me to take Pat Delaney's spot? Is that what you're saying, Cream? No, I couldn't do that to my dude, Delaney. He's my guy. I'm not going to mess with him. Let Darko have his coaches. No, we're going to go there respectfully. There's no coup. We're Raptors freaks. We're on the pirate ship with them. We are the guys who jump off the pirate onto the other pirate ship with the swords in our mouths. We don't coup their boat. We jump from their boat to other boats and coup them. Name is saying, haha, thanks, Tom. And Kareem saying, my Italian sucks as well, Tom. That's why I married a Portuguese. That's funny. Tom saying, nicely done, Kareem. You are wise. Yeah, he's a pretty smart guy. Tom saying, let's get a win tomorrow. When did the team travel there? I was wondering about this. Like, what is the travel schedule this weekend? Did they just hang around in Atlanta for a night? I'll bet they didn't get on a plane after the game on Friday. I'll bet you they went back to the hotel. They slept in Atlanta. They traveled on Saturday to Indianapolis, and they had a practice day yesterday in Indy. I'll bet you that's what, or today they're having a practice day, and then they'll play tomorrow. That's what they'll do. I'll bet you that's what they'll do. Now, maybe they do fly all the way back to Toronto after the game on Friday night, and they spend a day in Toronto, and then they travel to Indy today. That could also be the alternative thing that they did. That seems like more traveling and going through customs and coming back and forth between here and there. I would say they probably just stayed in Atlanta, traveled to Indy from Atlanta. It doesn't make any sense for them to come back here in some ways. But I was wondering about this. Maybe we can find out from the Instagram stories. So let's go look at the Instagram stories real quick, and we'll see if they tell us what's been happening. Yeah, first of all, we got the 905 at Santa Cruz warming up. They have a really good crowd out there. I have to say, Santa Cruz gets a really good crowd, very lively, and it's a nice court. That team should have done better. The announcers suck, though. I will say that. They're very homerish, and they were really disappointed in how their team lost to the 905 the first night. I'm sure they were just as disappointed last night when they lost again in overtime to us. But good job. 118 to 112, Raptors 905 over Santa Cruz. Let me see if I can find some more stories real quick. Hang on. It's not exactly like I said, I had to come on air at the last second, so I didn't get totally set up. Let me just find it real quick. I'll find the first Raptor Instagram story I want to look at. Let's start with Javon Freeman Liberty. He's got his stat line on his. He's putting on blast from 10 hours ago. We see Marquise Noel. This is really cool, y'all. Marquise is with Floyd Mayweather, the boxer. So we've got more fighters around our team. And look, they're the same height. That's very interesting. So Mayweather's the same height as Mr. New York City. And this is the interesting thing. Marquise is saying, happy birthday, old head. Like, I wonder if they've known each other for a bit because it seems like they're familiar. So that's pretty cool. Marquise Noel's friends with Floyd Mayweather. That's kind of cool. I think that's pretty cool. Also, he's got himself in a really cool sweater. It says ain't shit on it. You go, Marquise. You go and get healthy and start playing again, please. I want you to help the 905 on the stretch run. Maybe even come up and play for the Raptors too. Gradey Dick's got a cool Kansas jacket on. National champion 6 times. Grady's showing off the Kansas stuff. And then he's also showing off the Kansas highlights. He's very, very proud of his alma mater. And look at that crazy dunk this guy made in there. Holy crap, that guy got up there. Good job beating Texas, it looks like. Kansas beating Texas. All right, let's see. Emmanuel's got some sort of weird cartoon character on a TV. Your imagination might be strong. It must not work. You must not let anyone define your limits because of where you came from. He's watching Ratatouille. He's just posted something about Ratatouille, like telling him, basically the chef's telling him, you do not let people define you. So he's getting influence from Pixar movie of a rat in a kitchen. That's cool, Emmanuel. You go. Koloko's got some sort of fighting clip. Somebody's punching. He's laughing about it. Let's see what else is going on in Raptors Instagram world. There's a new contest with the Raptors. It looks like enter for a chance to win tickets, courtside experience. Go to Raptors official admin account on Instagram. You can find out best seats in the house contest going on now in the Raptors app. Let's see. Thad Young Jr. is looking grown, way grown up. And Thad's wife, Thad Jr.'s mom, is asking, is this Thad Young's twin at this point? Thad Young Jr. is twinning with Thad Young Sr. at this point with the size and the height. So I think that's it. I don't think there's any other. Yeah, that's it. That's the Instagram stories for today, guys. Fun stuff in the Raptors world right now. That's right. I don't know where they are. There's a clip on Scotty's Scotty's friend Patrick's Instagram of Scotty dancing with Nav Bhatia, the super fan. I believe that clip was taken at All-Star Weekend. That while they were there's some crazy clip where both of them are getting down. It's kind of fun. Scotty dancing with Nav at the All-Star. Pretty cool. Let's see. Monique saying W stream, Lex. Keep at it always. Good times. Good times. Go Raptors. Let's keep climbing. That's right. Chris is saying one last thing. How much money would an average 905 player make? That's an interesting question. It's not as much as you think. And it's probably like, oh man, it depends. Like the two ways get more, obviously, you know, and even like exhibit 10s might get more than just the average 905 player. Like, I don't know. I have no access to these kind of stats. And in some ways, if we knew, you might be a little depressed. I would guess this, that these guys probably make around 100,000, something like that. I would guess that. That's probably pretty right. It may be less, though. It could be that they're only making like 80,000 or something like that. I have no idea, though. I couldn't tell you. Oh, Tom may know. Look, it looks like he knows. Nameless is saying, okay, I'm registered. How does this work? Do I have to wait to be accepted? No, you're registered. You're in. They just want your information so that they know you're coming, because when they allow everybody to come in, if you didn't register ahead, they won't let you in. They're going to have your name on a list. And you come in and say nameless. Oh, what's your name, though? It's nameless. But what's your name, though? We got to look at the list. It's nameless. Oh, here you are, nameless. Okay, yeah, you're on the list. You can come in. That's what they'll do, is basically. And then they'll have a little bit of coffee and donuts to the side. You can eat some because it's going to be early. The doors open at 8:15 a.m. And the event starts promptly at 9 a.m. Eastern time. So no stream that morning. I will be in school. And that day, I'll do a late stream. I may even do a 4:30 p.m. stream instead, or a 9:30 p.m. stream. Maybe 9:30 a.m. No, it's 9:30 p.m. on the day of the coach's open house, and I'll do a recap of the event. I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe doing a stream at Real Sports with you guys at lunch. I'm not totally sure how I'll handle the stream. Obviously, we'll be in the coach's open house. I can't stream during that time. So that's what we're going to figure out with that. Tom's saying minimum salary $40,500 for a total of 50 regular season games. It says on the interweb. G League players' salary. There you go. It's even less than I thought. So these guys are getting $40,500. Hey, listen, they're getting paid to play basketball, but that's really not a yearly income, is it? That's why these guys have to go play summer league in foreign countries. That's why some of these guys may go play in the CEBL for the summertime. Because there's 2 salaries for the year, 6 months on 905, 6 months playing overseas. That's where a lot of these G League guys do. Yeah. Chris is saying, I couldn't find it, Tom, dude. Cheers. He found it. Coaches get a good salary, $215,000 to $374,000. That's overpaying, Eric Curry. That motherfucker better be making $100,000. That's overpaying him. Wayne's saying, when registering for the open house, are we registering as a coach? Well, they have a thing where you have to register with like a system that keeps a profile for you. It was really good because it had all my stuff from the time before. It was easy for me to reapply. They just want to know who you are as far as your name and your age. You don't have to give them any kind of coaching credential. If you have a coaching credential and you want the credit to go towards continuing education in the field of coaching, you can do that. It's just like any profession. You know, a dermatologist goes to a seminar in Vegas about skincare and they get extra, they get accreditation. This is what you can do. You can get accreditation as a coach, whatever level you are with this. There's a coaching federation that will give you a coaching number and you can put in that you went to the coach's open house and it will count as you got credit for doing that in your accreditation of your coaching status. So it's kind of what is happening there. No, I told everybody, look, in some ways, if you love the Raptors like we do, you can go. You don't have to be a coach. In some ways, they want to encourage people to become coaches. So it's like we could go down there and all of a sudden one of us becomes a coach because we went to it. You know, that in some ways, that's why they do it. They want to encourage the growth of basketball. And if it makes any of the people come down there want to go and coach, kids league or whatever league or be more volunteering in the world of basketball coaching, then they've done their job. That's what they want to do right there. Jill's saying 50,000 to 60,000, I believe. Yeah, I think it's 40,000 because Tom said it for G League salaries. It's fucking nameless. Yeah. Haha. No, the name is nameless. Yeah. That'd be a little Abbott and Costello kind of exchange when nameless appears at the door. And then they give you like a satchel, like an orange tangerine satchel with the clipboard, with the whistle, with a dry erase marker, with some other like Raptors goodies in there. So yeah, you get a little goodie bag too, and access to coffee and donuts. So there you go. Paul Jones will come out and he'll say, "Hey guys, welcome to the Raptors Open Coaches Open House. I'm Paul Jones. I'll be your MC for today, and I'll be bringing up the different coaches speakers." And he'll say, "Our first speaker tonight is Ivo Simovic," and he'll come over and be, "Hi, I'm Ivo, and I would like to talk to you about calling challenges." It's like, it'll be like that. It'll be like a coach's class, and there'll be different seminars, and there'll be like 4 of the assistant coaches will get up there and speak for like 15 minutes to a half an hour each. So you can get like Mike Bulldozer Batiste and Pat Delaney and Jama Mahala. We'll see those guys get up and talk about some aspect. And when 4 of them have done, then they'll do a practice. They'll bring the whole entire Raptors team out. Every single one of them there. It's a mandatory practice. So none of them are missing. It's like their regular practice time. So they're coming in to do practice. It just so happens there's actually people in the building with them. And they're told to not pay attention to us at all. They're supposed to like act like we're not even in there. There's like, look, you were just doing practice. There's just silent observers watching. And we're told as people to shut up and be as quiet as possible during the practice. There's no cheering. This is not a game. So if somebody makes a layup in the layup line, you're not going, "Woo, Boucher." No, you're not doing that. You are sitting there quiet as a mouse because you are not supposed to be there. You might as well be the chair sitting in that room. They told the players, don't look at them either. And what happened? Pascal. Pascal's so funny. In some ways, I know he was defying Nick Nurse from this. Nick Nurse standing there watching the whole practice. Nick Bjorngren's running it. Nick's not doing jack shit. And Pascal keeps turning to the crowd and like smiling at us. And he's waving to us too. And Nick's like kind of frowning. And it's like Pascal couldn't help but interact with the crowd during the open coaches open house closed practice. Siakam would look at people in the crowd and like do like little things like this. He was like fucking with us. It was hilarious he was doing that because it was not supposed to. But yeah, that's how we got to be. We're furniture when we're in there. We're not crowd fans. We're not supposed to make any noise. You're supposed to be just silent observers, ghosts watching the practice. So that's the behavior we have to be on when we're there, just so y'all know. I am not going to be embarrassed by any Raptor freaks there, y'all. So be on your best behavior. That's right. All right, let's see. Tom Duke's saying 2-way contracts can earn significantly more, ranging from $125,000 to $500,000. Yeah. That's totally for sure. I believe that. Good research, Tommy. I appreciate you, my guy. Cowboy's saying later, Lex and Raptor freaks. Bam. Have a blessed and safe Sunday. You too, Cowboy. Hopefully you're off and you're just with the fam. Yeah. With Sasanya and everybody. The little guy. Let's see. Mo's saying fully registered, but still waiting on answers. Yeah, Mo's wondering when she can get there and if she can come maybe in a little late and not disrupt it. And of course, she wants accommodations. And yeah, hopefully Thuzy will get back to you and everything will be fine. Your friends down there should know how to handle this and help you out. So hopefully you can get down there. And once again, if we can't sit with you, Mo, we will definitely reconvene afterwards at Real Sports and go over there for lunch and talk about the experience and having fun. Now, if we can sit with you, that'd be awesome if we could. But I know that may be hard if you come late. And it also may be difficult just because you may be able to sit somewhere where we can't. And that may be that, you may be way closer to the practice, honestly. And that'd be good. Let's see. Tommy's saying, sweet action, Mo. Have a good one, everyone. Adios, Raptor Freak family. Adios, amigos. Yes, adios to you, Tommy. Let's go, Raptors. And Jill's saying, see ya, Cowboy. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching me today. The Raptor Freak Sunday special report. The Raptors season has become pointless. And that means something good. It's not a bad thing. You think that there's no point to what we're doing? No. We just don't have a significant real point guard at this point. I mean, we do, but we don't. It's a weird oxymoron. No point, but we do. Everybody is a point. That was my point. It wasn't pointless. It's point more, point, not pointless. It actually means point more. So yeah, there you go. Positionless, pointless. You know what I mean. Yeah, you know what I mean. That's right. Let's see. Wayne's saying, yep, I'm registered. We'll be late. Have class that morning. Should be nice. Yeah, it is a lot of fun, honestly. No flash photography, no photography at all. And no interaction with the players. They don't want us to try and talk to them. It's very, very important, just so y'all know. G's saying, what did the triangle say to the circle? You're pointless. With your title had to do with it. You know what, G? I love that joke. It's like an old math geometry guy's joke. And for that, I'm going to give you a 3-pointer. You're getting a 3-pointer for the circle, triangle, your pointless joke. That's a classic, man. That may have been in a really dumb joke book when I was a little kid at some point. I'm pretty sure it was. So thank you for reminding me of that silly joke. What did the triangle say to the circle? You're pointless. So good. G's saying, see you, everyone. See you too, G. Tomorrow, preview the Indiana Pacers game with the Raptors. Let's get 3 and get that Darko dinner, Raptors. Come on, I'll set you up I'll set the table for your dinner tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. That's right. Yeah, Tom's laughing at G. Jill saying, Scotty said we didn't necessarily need one. A point guard? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're pointless. Emmanuel said he doesn't believe in the term anymore. That's what he said in the interview after the game on Thursday. He said, I don't think that term is real anymore. Point guard. That's not a real term anymore, is what he's saying. Trevor's saying, I'm about to have a little party and watch some basketball today. There you go, Trevor J. You have your own little basketball party on Sunday. Super Bowl Sunday, Super Basketball Sunday. That's right. That's right. Tristan saying W stream. I love you, Tristan. Hope you have a great Sunday also. And let's get that win against the Pacers tomorrow. Jill saying, anyway, go Raptors. Go Raptors. That's right, Jill. I hope you can swing it and get to town for the Coaches Open House. It's going to be our Raptor Freak meet and greet for the month of March. Come on down. Let's go and see our team practice behind closed doors. It is such a beautiful, amazing thing. You guys will be blown away by this event if you do make it there. So really make a good effort to try and get down there and be there with us. It is worth playing hooky on that day. If y'all have to make a decision and you're wondering about, well, can I play hooky or not? Well, if you can get away with playing hooky and it won't hurt you too bad, do it. It's this kind of event that you will be like, holy crap, I'm so glad I went to that. And that's why I'm signing up for it again right now. And I'm so glad I went to one with Nick Nurse, like I said, so I can compare and contrast the way Nick Nurse did a Coach's Open House and the way Darko Rajakovic does one. It will very much tell me some of the differences between our two coaches that have coached the Raptors recently. There you go. There you go. Cheers to Tristan from Tommy. All right, guys, I appreciate y'all. Every one of you are awesome. No bullshit trolls today. Thank God. Thank God that bullshit yesterday. Now I'll go check on Adriana right now. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And if you feel like it, join the channel. You can join us on our Facebook chat, which has breaking news 24/7 from people like Monique, Trevor, and myself, always keeping us informed on everything breaking current that has to do with Toronto Raptors. So there you go. Membership has its privileges, so strongly consider it. All right, y'all. I appreciate everybody, and we'll be back tomorrow for the Pacers preview. Let's go